right. Bonjour Javier, ça va bien? Tu nous entends?
Oui, oui. Tout est bon, tout est correct.
Excellent. Tu nous entends bien, Javier? All right. Here we go, guys. So this is Zein.
Hi, everyone.
Zain's going to be helping us, guys, with d'EzMax. Make sure you take notes. If you have any questions, now is your chance. If you make any mistakes, you don't get your checks. Okay. So Zain's going to go through the slide with you guys, nice and easy. I know that you all have your d'EzMax open now, right?
Yes.
Yes. Yes. On Zoom morning.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can you guys see on the
They can
screen?
Zoom on their own.
No.
Oh, yes, sorry.
Okay.
Like this. Is it clear?
Yep.
Can I start?
Okay, enjoy, guys. If you have any questions, now is your chance. Javier, tu nous entends toujours bien, hein? C'est ça?
La grille nous voit bien.
Samantha, welcome.
Hi, Samantha.
Hey, Sammy.
Hi, Javier.
Hey, guys. All righty, here we go. Hola, señor. Hola, señor Javier, ¿cómo estás? Good. T'es sur-muet, on t'entend pas, mon chat.
Tout va bien.
Yes. Excellent. Okay,
Good.
enjoy, guys. Javier, tu peux voir le partage d'écran?
Oui.
Okay, perfecto. Okay, guys. See you later.
See you.
See you later.
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
So my name is Dan, and as you know, I take care of all commission checks and everything payments related. Today, I'm gonna do a training basically on your transaction from A to Z in d'EzMax. We're gonna cover two parts: when you are the listing broker and when you are the collaborating broker, which means when you are the buyer's broker. I'm gonna start with the beginning. When you are the listing broker, okay, so when you are the listing broker, this part we're gonna cover when you're representing the seller. On your homepage, when you open d'EzMax, you will be able, oops. Sorry guys, I have no comments.
Probably the session with.
Okay. Javier, mute yourself. Okay. Hello, everyone. Can you hear me?
Yes, there are yes.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. There they can hear me. Okay, perfect. Okay, so we're gonna start again. When you're the listing broker, once you open d'EzMax on your laptop, on your homepage, you will be able to search the address. You have here on the top right, search, and there's like a space where you can type in which address, or if you have the street number or whatever related to the address, which has been automatically uploaded from Centris. So when you're the listing broker, when you do the broker load in Centris, in Matrix, it automatically feeds d'EzMax. So the listing goes from centers to d'EzMax, but it doesn't go fully. It goes only the listing parts. So that's why when you're the listing broker, if you want to go to d'EzMax and look for your transaction, you will see it's already there. So you can search here by typing the address, let's say Rue, whatever, you will search it and you will find that it's already pre-populated because you did the broker load and matrix in centers, which is the first part. So you can go down at the top right or bottom of the page in active listings. Now, if we go down a bit, here, as you can all see, we say summary, active listings. If you click on it, it will show you what you already did the broker load for, what you already uploaded, which are your active listings. Now, if we go down more, you click on it, and then you choose which file, which address you would like to continue working on. Once you are in that file, you will be able to download document of listing. So let's not forget, listing is listing and sale is sale itself. In the listing part, once you choose the address, you choose which transaction, you can type in, I will show you where exactly you can click on it. Okay, so here's the listing part. This is the address. This is an example. This is the listing. As you can see, it's written listing. Here is the section where you need to add your documents and your files related to the listing only. Always try not to mix them up, the listing and the sale documents. Try to always separate them, and I'll tell you later why. You click on here, and you will be able to add all the documents of your listings. Let's say the brokerage contract, sales declaration, school taxes, municipal taxes, and so on. You can add them and you categorize them. There is an arrow, I'll show you down after, where you can choose this document is the brokerage contract. This document is the seller's declaration. Now, what you need to fill out on the sales, if you click on here, you see there's new deal. Let's say your listing got sold. Now you need to do the sale report in d'EzMax in order for us to be able to issue the invoice and send the invoice to the notary so that you will get paid after. Once you click on here, you found your listing, there is a section written new deal to create a new deal. So you click on it. And now you will need to fill out specific information. As you can see here, let me just turn on the time. Okay, so once you click new deal, it will open this tab. It will open a second tab attached to the first one. What you need to fill out on the sales report? Adding buyers if you are also representing the buyers. If you are representing also the buyers, it means you double ending, you will add them. If it's a rental, there's no need. It's not applicable. Date of transaction. Date of transaction, as you can see, transaction date. Date of accepted offer, which is the date of accepted offer, you put the date. Date of notary, scheduled notary date, you put the date of notary. Or if it's a lease, you put the date of when the lease starts. Final selling price, as you can see, selling price here, you need to put the final selling price. And if it's not the final, let's say after there has been a modification, you can go back and edit and change it. So you put in here the final selling price. Buyer's notary, notary is applicable. Here you type in the notary name. Let's say the notary name, I'm giving you an example, Zein. You type in Zein. In d'EzMax, we have all the notaries pre-populated. So most of them, let's say 90% of all the notaries are already in the system. If you type in a notary and you're not able to find it pre-populated, you go to Chambre des Notaires, you take a screenshot or you just send us the main info of this notary, you send it to us, send it to me basically, and you tell me, please make sure to add this notary and it's for this file. Okay? Yes.
he send it to you by email separately?
Yes,
Or
by
we
email
put a
separately,
note
or
in
you can put a
you
note
a
in the
note?
file, which I will show later how you can write a note as well. Any way that will make sure that I will read it is acceptable. So then when I add the notary, I will go in and I'll add the notary by myself.
So it has to be in the system to be able to continue with the file.
Yes, exactly. If not, if you don't find it in the system, you continue your self-report, you submit, you can write it in the comments, which I will show you after,
Yeah.
or you can send me a separate email saying, please add this notary to the file,
Oh, okay.
okay?
Mhm.
Then, remuneration receivable. Here's the important part. I'm gonna zoom in a bit.
Sorry, I have a question before you go out.
Yes, tell me.
The date of transaction, if the offer, the accepted date, sometimes, let's say for now, I have a situation where there was a different, like the offer, we sent it, and then there was a bonification that was made. So do we take the date of the bonification, right? So
You put the date that the offer was accepted, the first one.
the very first one.
When was fulfilled, not the
No,
condition. When they
no,
was
the
fulfilled.
conditions, there is a separate line for them, which is here, the conditions. Okay, so the date when it was first accepted,
Okay.
okay?
How about the notary date? Sometimes we put there, but it's postponed. We got-
You can go back, you can go and edit it and change it, and if you're not able to edit it for any reason, you can just send me an email, also let me know that the notary date has been changed, please make sure to change it, or you can write a comment. The comment section is very useful and is very easier for both of our sides.
So d'EzMax is a way for us to communicate internally, right?
Yes, and
No
it's,
external.
No.
Okay.
no, and also us external
Accounting.
with the external, yes, accounting, it's an accounting application.
Okay.
So now we are at the notary. Now, conditions, I'm not gonna dig more into this one, but if you have any conditions for your sale, you can click on add condition and you will see a list of conditions and you can put due date, which date it was fulfilled, or you can just delete it.
Mhm.
Okay? Remuneration. This part is the most important part, and this part is where the most mistakes happen. Okay. So here, as you can see, remuneration, taxable, GST, QST for sure, remuneration receivable. When you are representing the seller, it means you need to put the full commission, because we get the commission, we issue the invoice for the full commission, let's say 4%, 5%, we send it to the notary. If you put 2, which is your part only,
You're
we
gonna
send
give
to
it
the
away.
notary the 2, and
You don't get anything.
good luck finding it, like
Yes.
getting
It's
it
the
back.
opposite with Matrix when you're seller. the buyer.
Exactly,
the
we'll
seller.
see, we'll see after with the buyer here as well. So here, since you're representing the seller, it has always to be the full commission, 5%. You type in 5%, and it's always better to keep it 5%, and it will calculate it plus taxes accordingly. Okay?
Okay.
So now the fun part, which is the split.
Zain, I have a question,
Yes.
please, before you move on.
Yeah.
The first part, you said you wanted to add documents to the listing,
Yes,
not the brokerage contract, not the.
the brokerage contract.
Oh, because that would not
This
be.
complicates the listing. There will be, some will be populated, which is only the centrist documents, which shows what is the listing
The
about.
detail sheet,
That's the detail sheet with
DS from the.
Yes, but not everything. What is not auto-populated, you need to go and upload it by yourself.
But the contract, the sales
The
contract,
contract,
no?
no.
But
Because the
we should
contract is private.
anyways. I know,
You
but
should,
we're
yes.
uploaded to Matrix,
You upload it, but it's not public for everyone.
so it won't be pre-populated.
No,
Okay,
here you
thank
need to go and
That's
upload
what
it
I
by
wanted to
yourself,
make sure.
yes.
Okay.
So now we're gonna go back to the part about the split when you are writing the commissions. As we said, we put in the full commission %. Now it's the part where you write who the commission should go to. And this is also very important. Broker, the first one, if it's you, yourself as a broker at Royal LePage du Quartier, you put in yourself you click tab, and you put how much is your commission. External broker is the collaborating broker. The broker who's representing the buyer. If it's somebody from another agency, you type in his name or her name, and it is auto-populated as well. Okay, if it's not auto-populated, you also mention it in the comment section after, or you can send me an email. Please make sure this broker with this agency gets, let's say, 2% of this commission, and I cannot find them here. But always make sure to write it, and always make sure that it's the right broker with the right agency. Because a lot of mistakes happen where they go and they add a different, same broker, similar name, different agency, and we go and we pay the wrong agency.
Wow.
So yeah, this
What if-
will also will make us ahead of much more than making mistakes.
What if the broker is a colleague here at the agency?
No problem, you can just type in the
And the
name.
external broker?
Yes,
Okay.
in the external, yes.
Okay.
And in the broker itself. If it's a broker from our agency, in the broker, you type in broker.
Oh, okay, so this is a field for us to hit enter and it would add.
Yes.
Another field would be
With-
for the collaborating.
Yes,
if
this
it's
is an
in-
example. This
Okay,
an
broker is
example of-
internal.
Yes,
and external
external
is-
broker is external, okay?
Got
And after you add the broker, you have, let's say, this is an example, seller's broker, and the second one, let's say, I put a deep, I choose buyer's broker. But always, the system won't let you continue and submit unless you choose
Specify.
seller's broker P. P principal, exactly, it stands for. There's another seller broker without P, but the system won't allow you to continue. There has to be a seller's broker P principal.
Mhm.
Okay?
Mhm.
So you put in, let's say, the percentage 5%, 3% for you as the Royal LePage broker, and the collaborative broker gets 2 or whatever you put in 2. And it will show you at the end, how do you know that your calculations are right? What you put in on the top and what you put in here is correct. The difference should always be a 0. And if it's not at 0 and you didn't pay attention, once you submit, it will tell you the amounts are not balancing. The commission is not balancing. So you will know there is something not right. Okay? And let's say if you choose here percent, always make sure on the top is also percent.
Yeah.
If you choose before tax, always choose before tax, so it will make the changes and calculations accordingly. Okay, so here's the section that is so useful. If you need to specify something or you need to add a notary of a buying broker that you cannot find, here's the comments section at the bottom. As you can see, you have comments, recipients, it has always to be administration, visible by all so that everybody can see it, not everybody, as in yourself as a broker and as us. Here you can write the comment, any comment you would like.
Notary missing.
This notary missing, different scheduled notary date.
Broker not available.
Exactly, broker not available. There's a modification for the commission split or whatever. Anything you want to mention, you can write it here. And it will show up on our screen, and then we'll make sure to, if you don't want to send emails. So this is an easier way. And then you click submit.
So everything that happens on the transaction, we need to come back to d'EzMax
Yes.
and update it.
Yes, yes. And why is that? Let's say you get audited and they want to go back and trace your file, or you lose the documents or whatever. This d'EzMax has everything already. So you can go back, you have this document, it's
history.
named, it's correctly, this, that, everything is good. Everything is written down. So, okay, I'm gonna go on. And now I'm gonna go to the part when you are the buying broker. Okay, so now we're done with when you're the listing broker. Now we're gonna do when you are the buying broker, which means
It's not.
it's not exactly, it's not our listing, it's a listing of a different broker. But you need to do, you don't do Centris, you just need to do d'EzMax. Why? In order for us to issue an invoice and send it to the listing agency so that they can send us your part of the commission.
Mhm.
When you are the buying broker, on your homepage, as you can see, there is new deal. You click on new deal.
We don't download the documents from Centris and put them in the listing. If it's not our
This,
listing,
no,
no.
no,
We
no.
only go ahead with the
Yes,
deal only.
yes, exactly. Whatever you are representing, you do it.
Okay.
So now, after you click new deal, this section will show up. Now you are representing the buyer. Click yes or no if it's on Centris or not. Is the listing associated with this deal on Centris? Yes or no. If it's an exclusive listing, it's no. Do you have the buyer's contract with the buyer on this deal? Yes. If you have, no. If you don't have, and if it's associated with Centris, what is the Centris number? You need to put it. You click submit. So far, so good. Now you need then to put in. You need now to start filling the information. You will need to add the full address, including the apartment number. Okay. As you can see here, the section address, postal code, street number, and also the addresses. Most of them are pre-populated. If the system recognizes the address correctly, it will pre-populate. If not, you have to add it by yourself, street, city, everything. Now, you need to add the buyer's information. You go down. Yeah. Here, sorry, okay. Buyer, since you're representing the buyer, you need to add your buyer's information. You click on new buyers, you click and you start filling out the information. Name, last name, job, phone number, email address, their current address. And okay, so now we're gonna move on to the part what you need to fill on the sales report when you are representing the buyer. Same basically info as the one before. Date of transaction, as you can see, transaction date when the offer was accepted. Scheduled notary date of notary, or if it's a lease, date of the lease. Selling price, or if it's a lease, you put the lease price. The notary, if applicable. If not, when you know which notary, you can go back and add it or send it to us. Remuneration receivable is the full commission that we need to invoice for your part only. When you are representing the buyer, we don't care, and it's not our business what is the listing broker's commission. We care only about your portion. So hence why, when you go to the remuneration, here, you put the full commission, what we need to invoice, what we need to issue an invoice to the listing agency. So your part as a buyer, let's say it's 2%, you put 2 only, yours. And we continue.
Sorry, then you
Yes.
said that we just add a buyer's information, but the sellers, we just leave it.
Yes, yes, yes. If you have the info, you can add it. There's nothing wrong with adding the info. More info, it's better. But if you don't have it, it's not. You will have it eventually, so
Yes.
it's better if you add it, you will have a cleaner file. Yes. Okay, so now we're gonna go to this part where you put the brokers and the splits. You will need to find the listing broker in the section external broker and add that agent as seller's broker at $0 commission. Broker, you put yourself, you type in yourself, or it will be auto-populated since you're creating the deal. You choose yourself as buyer's broker. You go to external broker, and let's say I'm gonna put in Daisy. Daisy is the listing broker, so I wanna add her name. Why? I'm gonna type in Daisy, and it will auto-populate Daisy with which agency she's working now. I will choose Daisy as seller's broker P at $0 commission. Why? So that when we go to the transaction, we will be able to issue the invoice to whom? To Daisy's agency. Okay? And we will send it. So that's why you need to only put your 2% of the commission. Okay? Also,
We
yeah,
we
sure.
have to add both of them, or we're just adding
Sorry,
hours
I couldn't
part?
finish this.
I said the percentage you were saying there,
Yes.
the two part. If we were just adding hours, let's see, we just put a buyer brokers and we don't put the second line.
No, you
It has
need
to
to
be
put the
both.
second line. Why? If you don't put it, when we come to issue the invoice, we don't know who to issue the invoice to. We don't have a name, so we cannot issue the invoice. We always need to make sure that you put in the information of who we should issue the invoice to. Like, if you make it logically in your mind, you need to get paid. How will you get paid? From whom? From the listing agency, because they got paid first from the notary. So hence why we need to put them as seller's broker fee and at 0. Okay? Also, we're gonna go back to the same thing as before. If you need to specify something or need to add a notary of a buying broker that you cannot find, here's the comment section, or seller's broker, basically not buyer's broker here, it should be. You can write the comment and you can click submit. Now, okay, don't forget to upload documents in the right section, listing, deal, and categorize them to avoid payment delays. Why is that? So when you create, the listing is created, you go to d'EzMax, you upload the document. The system, if you don't upload the document and you don't categorize them, which means you choose, you have an arrow and it tells you all the names of the listing documents. If you don't categorize them correctly, the system will still flag it as missing document and will still send you emails that, hey, you are missing this document. Maybe the document is there, but you didn't categorize it correctly. So the system, unless we go and check it, which is gonna make delays, okay? So same as for the deal part, when you're presenting the buyer, you need to add all the documents and categorize them correctly, okay? Okay, so FinTrack questions, which are question canaf. When you are presenting the buyers, there is mandatory obligatory questions that you need to answer. FinTrack questions are mandatory when you are presenting the buyers. They are not applicable for rentals. If it's a rental and you are presenting the tenant, it's not applicable. Once your sales report is done, after you submit the sales report, you can go back to the main page, which is here, as you can basically see. Sale. There you have here below documents, answer FinTrack questions. You click on it. This is only when you are presenting the buyers, okay? You click on it. And these are the questions. So I'm gonna read them out loud for all of you. To answer the questions and click submit. Please note that your file will not be finalized until this step is done, and commissions will be placed on hold. If these questions are not answered, the file is on hold until these questions are answered. And we cannot answer them on behalf of anyone. This is the broker's responsibility to answer these questions. These questions are, apart from the current transaction, did this client make at least 2 other transactions, deal or purchase with your agency over the past 5 years? No, yes. And if it's an answer within the red ones, you need to justify.
How would you know? Like, I'm dealing with a customer, but I didn't know that he bought with somebody else. Another.
They will tell you will know. They will tell you maybe that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Verify with Dimitri about this.
Okay.
Yes. Verify with Dimitri, but mostly, like, you will know, I think.
Yeah.
You can try that.
Maybe he's hiding. That's why
Yes,
it's a FinTrack.
exactly, that's why, to
question.
know.
Maybe he's hiding on me. So how would I make sure that he's not dealt with the agency with another broker within the 5
This
years?
is a good question. I suggest you can ask Dimitri.
Okay.
Yes. Have you made a transaction with funds from abroad? This transaction, was it money from abroad? Yes or no? If it's yes within the red one, you need to justify where did the money came from. Have you verified the identity yourself, the identity of your client? Yes or no? In your opinion, is the current transaction at risk? Also yes or no, and you justify. Is this transaction a cash purchase? Does this amount not come from a financial institution? If it's a cash purchase, you need to mention yes or no and also justify. These are basically the questions. And me, when I go into the transaction, it will flag me a red like an arrow. I click on it and I read the answers. We make sure that all the answers are good. I verify it, I validate, and it's ready to go. If there is something suspicious or something that shows us a red flag, we will put it on hold and we'll advise. Okay, so now let's say you created the deal and your offer didn't go through, or your promise to lease didn't go through.
Conditions?
Yes, whatever the reason is. Promise to purchase or promise to lease that are not accepted or refused. As per OSC clause, all promise to purchase, promise to lease that were not finalized need to be in our system. Whatever the document is, it needs to be loaded into d'EzMax. If it's refused, if it's not finalized, if it's not signed, any reason that could be, it needs to be uploaded. You click on new document, and you add them to the listing document as promise to purchase refused. You have an option that shows, once you upload the document, as you can see, refused offer. You categorize it as refused offer.
Okay, so if either it's refused offer or an NF from our side, if
Yes.
the condition was not
Yes.
met,
Yes,
then an NF to the
Yes.
other, and we upload the NF here.
yes, yes. All the documents related to this, basically, all the documents related to the transaction need to be uploaded in d'EzMax to protect you. To have something that you can go back on and trace it, okay? And yeah, that's it. That's it mainly for me. Does anybody have any questions? Anyone online? Is
Yes.
everything clear? Yes,
Sorry.
go ahead. No, go ahead.
On
me which part.
d'EzMax, I'm trying to change the language. It's always bringing me back to French. Is it a requirement here in Quebec?
No, I don't think so. No, mine is English.
And another question is,
I
do
will
we
verify.
have to put ourselves available all the time? Because there's a profile thing, either away on vacation, whatever. So what do we do with
No, I
this?
don't think this has to do anything with
No?
us. No.
Okay.
I can verify this for you, but I don't think this has to do anything related to. Yeah, and for the language, I will check it. I'll check after you're done with your boot
Let
camp.
me
I'll
show
check
you.
the language.
Here, like présent, absent, dîner, vacances, do we need to change the status?
No, I don't think so. You can put it for your own self, but
Like
I don't know
active
what's
all the
gonna
time?
change. Yes,
Okay.
but I don't know what's gonna change on our end. I can verify and let you know.
Okay.
One more question.
Yeah, sure. Just give me 1 second. I'm just gonna see the ones online. Okay. Yes.
When we go to the sellers for commission, you saw the file there. Every time we will go inside to look, we'll drag on, go to the comments, and by the time we check everything, we want to go outside and not changing anything. So should I like click submit or just do
Okay,
it?
so you have another option, which is save as a draft. The deal, once you create it, if you're not sure of your information, it will show you at the end, save as a draft. You can save it as a draft, but let's not forget that when you save it as a draft, nobody has access to see it
not official.
except yourself, your profile. Let's say you tell me, Zein, the sale is done, please go check it, please issue the invoice. I go and I look and it's not there. I know that it's saved as a draft. Okay, so this is an option that you can use if you want to go back, modify, do modifications if you're unsure about certain things.
But
Don't forget,
let's say it's already submit. Then
It's
when I go
submitted.
inside,
No,
second time,
You can go back, it depends what is the case. If there is money deposited in the transaction,
yeah, let's say
You
I
cannot
change
go.
the notary date or I change the percentage of the commission, then when I
you should
go
have
in again-
access to go back and edit it.
Yeah,
If
so
not,
when I edit,
yes,
like I'm still waiting the confirmation, so at this step, I don't want to send to you yet, I still do save.
as a draft.
once I click submit, you will have the submit.
Yes.
But let's
But
say,
if it's saved as a draft and you submit, I won't see it.
And you
Okay.
cannot submit it.
No.
Because
Okay.
if
Just
you
say
want to
valid.
modify it and you forget to uncheck save as a draft, you will
Exactly.
have hell because you don't remember you check the save.
The
as a
save as
draft.
draft. So you always,
Please
yes,
make sure, yes.
take out the
yes, exactly.
If you want to submit it, please uncheck the
The draft.
The
The
draft.
draft. If
you
Otherwise,
don't uncheck
you'll
it,
have hell.
I
You cannot
won't
submit
see
it.
it.
You try, and you don't figure it out why it doesn't work.
Yes, then we would have to go back to your profile personally and
to see.
untick it,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
change it or whatever we need us to do. So,
Okay. But let's say if I already sent to you that I need to do modification.
yes,
But when I'm down, like until I hit submit, let's say without hitting any button, I just change it and then I just quit or go back to next step. There's nothing saved and nothing changed,
no,
right?
nothing changed,
Okay.
no, no. If you don't click submit, nothing will be changed, nothing will be saved, I mean,
Okay,
okay?
okay, so,
After you do the changes, you need to submit in order the system to understand. If not, then nothing has been changed. Okay?
Okay.
Perfect. Does anybody have any question?
I have a question, but it's
Yeah.
more of a personal question, because
Yeah.
I think I messed up on here.
No, tell me.
But usually like, we get the invoices for like the whole transaction, even if you
Yes.
have another broker, right? But for
Yeah.
this one, I have two, because we didn't send it to the client because we have like half of, we only got, like, you sent us
Can you
half
send
of
me an
it.
email for this one?
Yes, and we have, like, I see on d'EzMax that like the
And-
other broker,
I will tell you, for
has-
invoices, it's Andréane. She's
Okay.
at the office right now. She takes care of invoices. Her email is admin@rlpduquartier.com. She takes care of, yeah,
yeah, I sent her an email and I called last week because the other broker's
Yes.
been asking for their
she's
share.
here at the office, so if you wanna go. see
Okay, I'm
her
gonna go
office.
see her, thank you.
You're welcome.
If
Any
I
other
forgot
questions?
the password to d'EzMax, I will send you an email.
You let me know, yes,
Okay.
you let me know. I will reset it right away.
Okay, and another question.
Yes.
Do we have to do a numerization of the documents? For instance, if we upload, we have an offer, okay? So
Yes.
there are 5 counter proposals or 3
Yes.
counter proposals.
Yes,
It's gonna be
can-
1.0,
yes.
1.2,
Yes.
1.3 or something like this.
Yes,
What's the order? Because this
There
one
is-
was a mess in the other office.
there is nothing specifically. I can verify with Kareem and Fadi to see if they prefer something specific. And I will get back to you regarding the order of offers.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna be 1.
1, 2, 3.
Exactly, which makes more sense for 1A, 2, 2A, or something like that. I will verify with them and I'll get back to you
Okay.
to see if they prefer something specific. Okay?
So this one was really.
Yeah, I will let you know. I'll make sure to let you
for
know.
the fire, let's see, we forgot uploading some parts of the, like, let's say the contract or
Mhm.
the PPA or whatever. And is there any way like we can check?
Yes, of
like,
course, you can
how
go
to
to your
check this?
transaction, you click on documents and you will see.
Okay,
You will see what you uploaded, what you categorized, and what you are missing. You can just go back and upload what you forgot to upload before.
okay, so actually we can see like what is missing. And
Yes, and you will get an email from us, from me, and from the system itself, asking you to upload this document, this one, you are missing this one, you are missing this one. You will get emails, yeah. Does anybody have any other question?
No, for the password, I have to write the email right now too, right?
Yes, you forgot your password?
I don't know what I need.
No problem. I will reset it for you, no problem. Just send me an email and I'll get to it, okay? Anybody online has a question?
I'm good. Thank you, Zein. I'll see you later.
Perfect, I'll see you. Thank you everyone online. And if anybody needs me, you have my email. My email is operation without an S @rlpduquartier.com. Okay, and my office is here if anybody needs me for anything. Okay,
Thank you.
thank you so much.
you.
Have a good day.